right. Hello, learners from home. We are now doing our application problems. So you are going to need your blue Learn book, and you are going to turn to Lesson 11 application problem. So blue Learn book, turn the page to where it says Lesson 11 application problem. When you are set and ready to go, press play. So press pause to go get your book, turn to Lesson 11 application problem, and then press play when you are ready. All right, welcome back. This application problem uses the read, draw, write strategy, which is what we use with every word problem. First, we're going to read it together. So look at your problem. It says, read it with me. After school, Marcus ran 3 2/10 kilometers, and Cindy ran 1 95/100 kilometers. Who ran farther? How much farther? Okay, if you need to reread it, go ahead. And then you're going to move on to your draw strategy. So for this, I want you to try to draw a tape diagram that will give you the information you need to solve this problem. So after school, Marcus ran 3 2/10 kilometers, and Cindy ran 1 95/100 kilometers. Who ran farther? How much farther? Go ahead and try to solve this problem. Draw a tape diagram, solve the problem, write your statement, and then press play to see the solution. All right, welcome back. So now you have solved your application problem. For this problem, I would write down a tape diagram. I would write Cindy ran 1.95 kilometers, 1 95/100 kilometers. And Marcus ran, I'm going to draw my tape diagram a little longer because Marcus ran 3 2/10 kilometers. And what we want to find out is how much longer. So Cindy ran 1 95 kilometers, which is a part of 3 2/10 kilometers, but Marcus ran farther. And what we want to find out is how much farther Marcus ran. Now, you may have a different tape diagram than I do, and that doesn't mean you're wrong. As long as you're looking for the difference between 3 2/10 kilometers and 1 95/100 kilometers, you're on the right track. So the next thing you do is set up your problem. Well, I know that when I'm finding the difference between two numbers, this one's longer, and I want to find out how much longer. It would be this number plus this number to get my 3 2/10. Or I could say 3 2/10 minus this number will give me this number. So I'm going to set this up as a subtraction problem. 3 2/10 kilometers minus 1 95/100 kilometers. I lined up my ones place, my decimal place, my tenths place, and my hundredths place. Now this number doesn't have a hundredths place, but we need one. So we're going to fill this in with a 0 because we know 3 2/10 is the same as 3 20/100. Next step, I subtract. 0 take away 5. Is that possible? No, it's not possible. So I'm going to need some more ones. And where would I find those ones? Or hundredths, actually. I'm going to need some more hundredths. Where would I find those hundredths? In my tenths column. Now, if you want to draw a chip model for this, you certainly can. You would set up your place value, ones, tenths, hundredths, 3 2/10. I have 3 ones, 2 tenths, 0 hundredths. If I want to subtract 5 from 0, I can't do it. I need to unbundle one of my tenths. Cross out a tenth, unbundle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That gives me 10 hundredths. Let's make my algorithm match my chip model. I unbundled my 2 tenths. I took away 1 tenth. I exchanged that 1 tenth for 10 hundredths. So now I have 1 tenth, 10 hundredths. 10 take away 5 leaves me with 5 hundredths. 1/10 take away 9 tenths. Oh, I can't do that. I need more tenths. Where can I find more tenths? In my ones column. I'm going to unbundle a 1, exchange it for 10 tenths. I had 1/10, but now I have 10 plus 1. I had 11 tenths. I had 3 ones, but now I have 2 ones. I unbundled 1 for 10 tenths. So my 3 tenths became a 2 tenths. My 3 ones became 2 ones. My 1/10 became 11 tenths. Now I can subtract. 11 take away 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That leaves me with 2 tenths. Bring down my decimal. 2 ones take away 1 leaves me with 1. My answer is 1 25 kilometers. So now I need to answer my question. Who ran farther? Marcus or Cindy? Marcus ran farther than Cindy. Second question, how much farther? Marcus ran, our question mark here equals 1.25 kilometers. Marcus ran 1 25 hundredths kilometers farther. You can check this problem also. We were practicing that last week. How could I make sure this is the right answer? I would check it by saying 1 25 hundredths plus 1 95 hundredths. And if I add those together, what should it equal? It should equal 3 2/10 kilometers. Let's try it. 5 hundredths plus 5 hundredths is 10 hundredths. I make my new groups underneath. 2 tenths plus 9 tenths plus 1 tenth equals 12 tenths. Bring my decimal. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3 ones. 3 20 hundredths is the same as 3 2/10. Check. We know that we got it right. And that is how you should complete your page. So if you need to go back and make some corrections, if you need to write your sentences, because that is part of your answer, go back and check your work and make sure you complete the whole read, draw, write problem. When you are done with your application problem, you can play the third video, which is today's new lesson.